Welcome to the Eagles Call, a presentation of Athens Christian School. An in-depth look at what the Lord is doing through our students and families for the community of Athens and for Northeast Georgia. Tonight, we step back into the Headmaster's Corner with Mr. Steve Cummings. We'll shine the senior spotlight on Adam D'Alessandro, and we'll see some more samples of our kindergartners by viewing some highlights of last year's K-5 graduation program. Meet Adam D'Alessandro. Adam has been attending ACS for the past 4 years. Here's his story.
Well, I'm Adam D'Alessandro, and I've been at ACS for 4 years now. I came in 9th grade. I went to Collins Hill Christian School before I came here. There was a dress code at my old school, and the last year I went there, there was actually uniforms, which we don't have here yet. But the dress code's similar to that. We had Bible class every day. We had chapel once a week on Tuesday instead of twice a week here. It was the same type of format. We'd have different speakers come in. There was we used the same curriculum as they do here, mostly Bob Jones and Abeka. It was a lot of similarities, except for the fact that it didn't go through high school, which is why we decided to continue to come up to this school, because it used a lot of the same materials, same structure. Well, since coming to ACS, I've been involved in wrestling for 4 years and track. This will be my 2nd year coming back for track, and I actually went out for football this year, decided to go out and play that for 1 year. Being on the wrestling team, we grew very fast, very strong, competed in the top levels within the first year I came here. It's overwhelming sometimes when you step back and look and say, wow, we're at the state tournament, but you get caught up in that energy as well. Sometimes it pushes you to do better than you would normally, knowing you're in a good program. Everyone's very competitive, but at the same time, there's still that, we're still Athens Christian School. We're still going to go compete for the Lord, and we're going to push ourselves, but we're not going to take it out of hand. Being surrounded by, like you said, Olympic level athletes on the track team and higher level coaches who coach other places before, various college levels and things, it's a little. Sometimes it makes you, look back and say, well, what am I doing here? Well, how do I contribute to this? Because I throw discus. I contributed to the team a little bit in a few meets we had here. I threw and placed in some of those. So you contribute, and then you look, and then you see, well, these people, they're doing so much, but you can look back at yourself and say, well, I helped out too, and these people are good, and they've been doing it for a long time. Maybe it helps to keep up the competition with yourself, though. You say, I want to perform like them. I want to do like them, and it drives you to become a little better. Throwing discus is very easy in the aspect on how it's judged and scored. It's the farthest throw from where it first hits the ground, and there's normally a mark clearly indicating in the grass where it hit, and they go and they measure that from the front of the throwing circle. You start in a cement circle with a metal ring around it. It's 5 or 6 feet in diameter, I believe, and you can't exit that when you're throwing. If you come out of that at any point, touch the outside, that throw doesn't count. They measure from the front of that ring to where your discus hit the ground first. And that's pretty much all it is in judging that. And for disqualification, you either have to touch the outside of the ring while you're throwing, lose control, like say fall out of the ring, or exit the ring from the front when you're done. If you exit from the front, they disqualify the throw. It's called a scratch. The spinning when you're throwing the discus is sort of complicated, and it's sort of not at the same time. I only started spinning within the last month maybe that I started throwing discus, because we start from the front and then you start half spin, then the full spin. And what helps you from not falling over, I guess, would be if you tried to spin on normal shoes, you would spin and then you would catch your grip and then you would fall over to the side. Well, you have throwing shoes on which are very slick rubber. They spin easy, and you think, well, that might make you fall over. But actually, when you can spin all the way around, you can just keep going and then put the other foot down when you need to. It's very controlled in the way that you don't just get out there and fling yourself around in a circle. There's a setup and a rhythm. Once you get through the rhythm, you just spin around once and 2 steps and let it go. And then you're coming this way, you spin around, you throw it, and you keep spinning and come back almost to the center of the circle. Yeah, well, the wrestling program started 1 year before I came here. So when I would have been in 8th grade, they started. So it was moving up on into the high school with the kids that are in my class. My class and the class right before us will probably be considered the ones who founded the wrestling team, got it in its foundation, and up to where it is now, because we've gone all the way through it. It was definitely interesting to see, because when I got here, the way it looked from some of the wrestlers, they've been doing it most of their lives when they'd only been doing it a year. So we have a lot of natural talent on the team. And you have people like me who are not such naturals. You gotta work a lot harder, but being in that atmosphere and that environment of the, just constantly getting better, we all push each other to get better, and I think that's how the team progressed so fast. We have a good coach, and we all enjoy the sport thoroughly. Well, the spiritual aspect here at ACS is, well, it's a predominant feature, of course. It's a Christian school. The chapel on Monday and Friday, that sort of keeps you in touch with a more church-like experience, where you have a speaker come up and get before a large audience, and they give a message and songs that we sing. It's more of that type. But then we have the Bible class, whereas less people and a teacher giving a very specific, short, brief message or lesson about little things that affect our everyday lives. And I guess that's what I've had the most change in is here at ACS, is little spiritual things that affect your everyday life, like how you pray and reading your Bible a little more, learning what to get out of when you read. The overall experience at Athens Christian School has been tremendous in its effect on what I do here and the rest of my life, whether it be college or a job after that. Say because the overall influence of all the biblical teaching in with the coaching and the sports and whatever we do here, it all leads to one purpose, and that's to be more like God. And when you become more like God, you'll become successful in everything you do. I think everything here has really challenged me to step up and also step back and look at my life and say, what am I doing right now? What could I be doing? What could I be doing to serve the Lord? How could I be better in a certain sport or whatever activity I do? And you look at that in a different aspect at a Christian school than you would, say, a public school. It's all how you look at it, perspective. And I think the perspective from ACS does a lot to affect your life and how you view your life. Future plans. I do plan on attending one of the United States military academies. I'm applying to all of them. I'd really like to go to West Point. That's where I feel God's call in my life, is to go there, serve our country in the Army. After that, I don't know, I think I'd like to be a career officer in the military if I can. If not, something along the lines of engineering, mechanical engineering. If I end up in the Navy, I'd like to do nuclear work on subs. If I end up in the Army, I'm open to lots of possibilities. I like to do a lot of different things. I like building and physics-based things, a little more hands-on, maybe weapons development, something like that.